student, welcome back. In this video, we will continue with the applications of C programming. In the previous video, we have seen the applications like using C language, we can develop operating systems which may be mobile or desktop operating systems. We can also develop web browsers, databases, and we can also develop backup softwares, antivirus softwares, and also firewall softwares. I provided the link to the previous video in the description box below this video. If you didn't watch that video, please have a look. Now, let's see the remaining applications of C programming. Device drivers, language compilers, and assemblers. Coming to device drivers, each hardware device of our computer will have a device driver. Let's say keyboard has a keyboard driver, mouse has a device driver, like our display, like I can say display card, and like modems and network cards we use to connect to the internet, sound cards and so on. Each device has a device driver, which is also a software. Again, we know that software is a collection of programs. Let's say we want to take the printout of a document. Then we will open the document in any text editor like Microsoft Word and we will click print. The moment you give print, automatically the printer will start printing. Who will do that? Who will initiate that to start printing the moment when we click print command? It's a driver, printer driver, which is also a software. So, using C language, we can also develop device drivers. Then coming to the language compilers. Using compilers, we can translate the high-level language code into machine code. We already learned in the C programming features, high-level language code means the instructions will be mostly in an English language which is easy to understand. But the machine can understand only zeros and ones. So, to translate that high-level language code into the machine code, we need to make use of a software called compiler. It is also a collection of programs, and these are the examples of the compilers like Turbo C, Tiny C compiler, PCC, Portable C compiler, GCC, also developed using C language. We will also work with one of the compiler when we start writing C programs. Then coming to the assemblers. Assemblers will be used by the programmers who will write the instructions in assembly language. They will use assemblers to translate the assembly language instructions into machine code. Such kind of softwares can also be developed using C language. These are the examples like VSM, GNU assembler and ACK assemblers were implemented using C language. Let's see some more applications of C programming. Interpreters. Some of the programming languages will also use interpreters to execute the programs. One of the language which uses interpreter is, let's say, Java. So, we can also develop interpreters using C language. We can see the examples here. Interpreters like Android Runtime, Mono, Gent Engine and Node.js were developed using C language. Not only that, we can also develop integrated development environments. Mostly we will call them in short form as IDE. Every programmer will make use of the IDE to write the programs, to compile the programs and to execute the programs in a faster and convenient way. We can also use IDE to write and execute C programs. That time you can understand more about IDEs. Here are the examples of IDEs which are developed using C language, which are Turbo C IDE and Eclipse IDE. Let's see some more applications which we can develop using C language. Text editors. We are very familiar with the text editors. A good example of text editor is Microsoft Office Word. Let's say for example we want to prepare a letter or we want to write some text. Then we will make use of Microsoft Word. Such kind of text editors can also be developed using C language. Here are the few examples which are developed using C language. Those are Bluefish, Notepad2, VI Editor, Micro Emacs and Metapad, and also Genie and Programmer's Editor. Not only that, some of the C family programming languages were also implemented using C language. In the introduction video, we learned that C influenced many programming languages like C++, Java, C#, Python, Perl and so on many. Not only it influenced many programming languages, but also many programming languages were written in C programming also. Here are the examples for that. Like C Shell, Perl, OpenCL, CH, PHP and Python. All these languages were implemented using C language. That's why we will call these languages as C family programming languages. Let's see some more applications of C programming, which are simulators. C programming can also be used in simulation. Simulation can be used in many areas like training, education, video games, scientific simulation or simulation of astronomy, many more. Let's say for example, the gaming developers will use gaming engines to develop video games. These are the examples of gaming engines which are developed using C language like Doom, Quake, Pie in the Sky, JD, RX, Anterior GX, Blend for Web and Goldbox. All these are the game engines which are developed using C language. Not only that, the embedded systems. Let's say for example, I want to wake up early in the morning. I may use a clock to set an alarm which will wake me up at which time I set. That will also be programmed using programming language. I want to do my breakfast. I may use micro oven, a coffee maker, a tea maker. That may be programmed using programming language. I want to wash my clothes. Then I will use my washing machine. I want to wash my dishes. I may use dishwasher. Not only the household appliances, but also any other electronic devices which are automated. Let's say for example ATM machine or display boards in any shopping malls, or it could be a TV controller, or it could be a AC controller, or I will use GPS in my mobile to track the required location. Or when we go to hospitals, we will see some medical equipment which will monitor the patient's information, like monitoring patient heart, or device which monitors the allergy of a patient, or it could be a digital camera, digital watch. You take any automated electronic device that can also be programmed using C language. Okay, these many are the applications we can develop using C language. And also, I would like to say one more thing to you. The world's largest professional and technical organization, IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, will make an analysis of topmost programming languages and will release in their magazine called IEEE Spectrum. These are the list of top 10 programming languages which were just released in 2020. When we look at the list, we can see here C stands at the third place, and we also seen so many softwares which are implemented using C language. That is the importance of C language. Many students will think like, is it worth to learn C programming even in 2020? Yes, it is worth to learn C programming anytime. So, whatever the profession you would like to take, whether you want to become a developer, or you want to become a QA engineer, or you want to become a support engineer, or you want to become an analyst or a designer, C programming will definitely help you in a best way. Okay, we completed the applications of C programming. It's good time to start writing C programming. That one we will start from the next video. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video.